What's going on, guys? Johnny. Today I'm going to ask you a question. Do you have a fish tank that you set up at one point that you absolutely loved, that you really cared about, it looked great and everything, but then as time passed by, kind of neglected it a little bit, algae's growing out a little bit, it's kind of not in the forefront of your mind anymore. As you walk by, you kind of like not look at it because you know you got to do something about it. Happens to me all the time. Today what we're going to talk about is how to make over that tank to where it looks really good, and we're going to do it easy. We're not going to yank all the stuff out and clean it, with bleach or nothing like that. We're just going to make it an easy, nice, fast way, fast-ish kind of way to do a fish tank makeover. You can do this with any tank, and let me give you an example of one that I have that needs one. All right, so sitting in the corner of this room, of the fish room here, is a well-neglected fish tank. Look at this, even the corner's neglected. Look at it, you've got buckets hanging here and pieces of wood, got some sealant for my fish tanks, and got all kinds of good stuff here, lights, old lights. You can tell, you got the feeling of, hey, this is probably not the corner that I pay much attention to. Obviously, you can see from the fish tank that, yep, they're nice fish. I love these fish. This Tetra tank used to be one of my favorite tanks, but I've neglected it quite a bit. Lots of algae growing everywhere, all over the place. Look at that stuff, huh? That is not... Well, it's not, don't freak out on me or nothing, because it's not hurtful to the fish or anything. They don't mind. It's just a nutrient deficiency. I hadn't done a water change in this tank for like 85 years. No, just kidding. It's probably been, probably been a couple months, man, since I've even touched this tank. All I do is feed it, and they're doing good, but as you can tell, it definitely needs a makeover. We need to do some scraping of the glass. We got to yank all that algae, all that hair algae out of there by hand. Maybe get rid of some of these plants that have just been over infested, and but we'll see. There's a whole bunch of algae, that looks yucky on top too. Algae's growing on the lid and everything, and what we're going to do is we're just going to clean that lid off. We're going to scrub the tank, but we're not going to yank everything out. Of course, if you know what I'm talking about, we're going to use a gravel vacuum, and I show you how to use a gravel vacuum in a previous video that I'll link in the description. But this is pretty easy. You just siphon the hose into a bucket, and if you have a bigger tank, you still don't want to yank everything out. This is a 20-gallon long, but if you got a bigger tank like that 75-gallon over there, instead of lugging a bunch of buckets around, you can use this type of system, that connects to your faucet. It connects to your sink, so you don't have to lug buckets around, and I'll leave that video in the description below. But for this size tank, 20 long, I think probably a bucket or two will take care of it. It's pretty easy for me. But first step is to manually remove the algae. Second step is scrape the glass and do a water change. Then after that, we will probably put a nice black background in the back. So check out what it looks like right now. The heater it really stands out there. You can see the white wall behind it. So it doesn't look too bad, but I think a black background may really make it look pop. So here it is before, okay? Take a before picture on there, and I'll zoom in here before. Okay. That's before. So let's go ahead and get the hose all set up, and we'll clean it on up. But first, I'm actually going to clean out the area as well too, so the actual area looks a lot nicer. It'll bring the fish tank more appeal. All right. Now that stuff has moved out of the way, I'll go ahead and focus on the tank. Unfortunately, sometimes you are going to have to get rid of some of these plants that you've bought. If you let the algae overtake, you know, like some of this Java moss. I mean, I guess you could spend some time pulling on, yanking on that, but that'd probably take you 15 minutes on this just one piece. I will save the Java fern, you know, but you decide how much effort you want to take in saving plants that have been overrun by algae. But sometimes it's just better to save some and not save some, depending on the kind. It's really hard to yank out of Java moss. But we'll keep that Java fern. That Java fern's pretty nice, huh? It's got some hairs coming out of it. Looks like some twine from being roped in anyways. Anyways, we'll keep going. It's a nice piece I found in there, all hidden away. Check out all the dirty water I got out of it. Look at that, huh? That's all that muck in there. Whew, that I pulled out from that tank. We finished up scraping it and everything, pulled out a bunch of plants. We'll fill it back up, and then we'll look at it, and then I'll put the black background on there that we're gonna use. All this stuff that I used today, all the tools that I'm using, the siphon and everything, I'll put links in the description, so don't worry about it. And I'll also put the link to the black background that I'm fixing to use, but I'll go ahead and fill up the water first. All right, guys, so in real life, that took probably like 20 minutes, not too long, maybe 15. But I yanked all the stuff, the infected plants out of there, a lot of Java moss got removed. But I added that cool stone right there, that little holy rock there, and I rearranged the plants. And guess what, guys? I actually found a couple of surviving cherry shrimp in there. So I didn't quite completely yank out all the algae and stuff because I know that they'll be okay with that. And I kind of lumped up a bunch of rocks. I put a rock pile there and I added that so that the cherry shrimp maybe be able to survive. That's pretty cool, because I'm pretty sure, I was pretty sure that the tetras would wipe out the whole population, but so I moved as many as I could, but I found a few extra, so that's pretty cool. So what do you guys think after that makeover? But we're still not done yet. I'm gonna add that black background. So this is what it looks like. I mean, it's still cloudy and stuff from the water change, but it looks a heck of a lot nicer than it was, right? And here's the area. Area looks nice and clean. It looks like it's supposed to. So, I mean, this is, to me, this is successful already, but let's add the finishing touch. You can add different decorations that you want. Go out and buy some fun stuff, buy some plants, but I'm gonna put a black background right here. Let's check it out. All right, so here's the background I'm going to use and why I'm going to give you another money-saving tip. This isn't the background that you buy at the fish store for that expensive amount. This is like window tint for, I think, like windows. This is like the peel and stick stuff. You can do the peel and stick and kind of squeegee it onto the glass, but you know, I'm too lazy for that, man. I'm going to tape this onto the back just with regular old Scotch tape, and then do the best job as I can to make it as tight as I can, and I'll show it to you here in a second. You tell me what you think. All right, guys, look at that background. Does that not look nice or what? Woo! Give me a like, okay, for that black background. Now, it's still cloudy and everything, I know, but I just wanted to show you guys. But you know what? That stands out a lot is that clear tube right there. Oh boy, if I can get rid of that clear tube. But guess what? You can. I saw on Amazon, check this out. Black tubing. Wow. So what the last step, guys, y'all here all the way. I appreciate you guys. Give me a thumbs up. But the last step right here is to hide this thing right here with the black tubing. So we'll do that right now. And I could have put something right here, but what I'm going to do is I need to scrub that more algae out off that heater. But it's kind of hard to tell, and the heater, that particular heater, is cool because it does have a black cord, which is kind of hidden right there. So that looks nice right there. And that right there is just a reflection from that. Oh, look at that, huh? What do you think about the black background? Give me a like, huh? I'll leave a link in the description below. This has not only the black tubing, but it's got, this is cool because it's got black T-valves. You can look in there. Black check valves. That's pretty cool. And let's see what else. Check this out. It does look like check valves, black T-valves. Look at this. That really is black. Black air stones, and of course black suction cups. So this kit was pretty cool. I like this kit. So I'll put a link down there in the description below for you guys. So it's pretty awesome. But I'll show you what it looks like from a clear tube there. See that tube right there? To a black. All right, guys, check it out, huh? You can totally see the difference, huh? Barely noticeable. Check that out. Tell me see where that line was replaced? When it was clear, it was so obvious. But if someone's just looking at that, it looks a lot more camouflaged. Very nice looking. So I hope you guys like that makeover. Something very simple to do. And of course, you're gonna see more algae and stuff as time goes on, and even before, even after your water change there. But the whole point is just keep on maintaining it, but it's a lot better now, right? Check out the corner now. Look at the corner, see? It's a nice looking tank as you walk through and you look and you're like, oh, that's a nice looking tank, instead of, oh, that tank needs help, right? And that's kind of what you want from making over your tank, is when you or your guests come to your home and you look at your tank, you're like, oh yeah, that's cool, man. Instead of, oh, well, wait a minute, you know, sure hadn't paid attention to that tank in a while, have you? So, anyways, tank makeover. What do you think? Give me a like, subscribe, comment. Did you like the tank makeover? Do you have a tank that needs a tank makeover? Yes or no? Come on. Thanks a lot, really, guys, for watching. Really appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Peace out.